Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997 back with another G.I. Joe The Rise of Cobra review, and this time it's going to be my Anthony Flash Gambello, the Laser Rifle Trooper, otherwise known as Sergeant Flash from the 25th anniversary line. Now, while he is a classic G.I. Joe character, this looks to be a completely new mold and reimagining of the character. Now, I could be wrong about the mold, but I don't know. He comes with his oversized rocket launcher, his laser rifle, which looks like it hooks into his backpack, his mask, which fits over his already masked face, a machine gun, and his base. So, get a quick look of him in the box. Onto the back of the package. His file card says that Anthony Flash Gambello is a heavy laser specialist and an expert in all things electronic. He keeps the team armed with cutting-edge high-energy laser weapons and pulse-energy projectile systems. He can repair weapons in the field with whatever's at hand. Preferred weapon, DEW Series Electromagnetic Tactical Anti-Aircraft Laser Cannon. Of course, this is from the Helix Wave, only one I have found so far. So, without further ado, let's pull this bad boy out of packaging. And here he is out of the packaging. Now I have him holding his signature laser rifle here, and you'll notice there's a long cord with a tiny plastic indentation. Now when I first saw this, I assumed it was just something to connect to his backpack, much like the regular Sergeant Flash, even though this guy's just called Flash. But, upon turning him around, you'll notice that while there is a peg in his back, this does not fit at all. Tried it several times, so, thinking that I had something wrong with the figure, I looked at his oversized missile launcher, and it actually fits right in there. Now, the problem with this being, with all the figures in this line, he can't really hold this missile launcher. You practically have to force it in his hand, and then it doesn't stay. So, if you want him holding his signature laser rifle, you also have to have him holding this giant, oversized rocket launcher, which is a very poor addition, seeing as I hate these things, and they really don't make any sense. It looks just like the others. It has nothing to make it look like a laser accessory, so don't really know. I might end up cutting the cord off so I can have him holding his laser rifle. Also, he came with his other machine gun, which I will pop in his hand really quick. 1 second while I do that. Boom. At least that one stays. Okay, so pulling him off the base, I'm going to pull his laser rifle with cord off, and it doesn't even look like there's a place to store it on the gun unless you wrap it around it. So, standard base, says Flash, dog tag. Mask, of course, does come off. Another mask beneath that is non-removable. His articulation is the standard. His shoulder pads are soft plastic, allowing them to move to allow the figure full rotation, with the exception of right about here where you kind of have to bump them out of the way. Double jointed, swivels, wrist joint, same for both arms. Let's get him back in a normal pose. Legs have the full range of movement, kind of hindered by the crotch armor up here. Double joint at the knee, ankle joint. Pretty standard. So overall, I do like Sergeant Flash as a character. He was one of the original G.I. Joes, both in figures and in the comics. Don't think he makes it in the cut in the movie unless he's one of those nameless background characters. Overall, this figure, there's nothing really wrong with it with the exception of this rope and how they're trying to force you to bring in the giant rocket launcher, which of course I throw all these things in the pile and never touch again. So, I'd have to say, solid figure with some unnecessary flaws. It's not like I can't cut this cord off or at the very least super glue it into his back. So I'd go a solid 7.5, almost an 8, because it's a brighter paint job. It stands out a lot from the other figures in the line. Looks a little more unique. Right now it's a little bit harder to find being from the Helix Wave. So 7.5, really close to an 8, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.